Why does that look so blurry? I guess it's just my bad eyes, huh? Where, where did it go? Yo, there it is. Where did it go? My tortillion has disappeared on me. Oh, again. Oh, fuck. I think I might be calling it. Been sitting here for quite a while, that's for sure. at this point. Kind of avoiding this. Might come in. Play around a little bit, but like trying to figure this out now because it kind of doesn't make sense. You knows without science. Kind of just want to darken that out, soften it, make it nice and soft. Don't want any detail in there right now. Even like, you know, doing this is kind of sketchy for this. Da, 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 da. The reason why I'm not using the brush anymore is because I want the brush just moves charcoal around and softens everything, and I kind of want to have these nice edges. Right? And so forth. So I'm using the tortillon, which pushes it in there. Instead of let's see what happens if we bring you in and then do that. I'm kind of curious. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're looking for like a darker, maybe even just sharper. Maybe I need to sharpen this. But then this would throw. Yeah, I need to sharpen that. Playing around too much. Trying to be lazy. Sometimes you just gotta sharpen the dude. I want to put a little tiny little bit of texture in here. Da, 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 da. Pay no attention to the random music playing. That's just an ADD moment. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, so we've lost this. So I'm gonna kind of just come in. Work on this edge now. This is interesting because I'm kind of losing this. So I think if I darken this too. It's just kind of weird. I just don't want to lose it right now. makes sense. Right, like it's an edge and whatnot, but like if I push it too far right now, now blend it out. Right, and just remember where this is going. So I think I was actually getting this too dark. Yeah, because this comes down here and so forth. Maybe I'm getting too carried away with a lot of this, because this is still like a lot of detail. Right, but I also like it. And whatnot. But at the same time, we have the issue of, is this detracting from the focal point? Am I losing the overall point of this? Does that matter? Do I care about the focal point at this point? I don't know. Well, I guess I'll just get to that point when I get to it. Because I do care about the focal point. There's some dust on that tortillion. Probably because I haven't used these in forever. Did I go too dark here? That's a interesting question. I'm going to bring a tortillion in and sort of just get rid of some darkness, because I don't want this to be darker than what's behind it, because I want this to be pushed out. So we just want to lighten some of this up. It's tortillion, so I have to okay, so now I want to get that there. And I'm just going to re-establish this. Grab the bigger one. And then I need to re-enter in some texture points here. I'm going to spread some of this around, so I'm going to just take this brush right here and get that nice and toned again. And I want that and basically just have a play with the light versus dark here. Move this across. Like so. Boom. Just keep building that up. Part of me really thinks that this should be like a whole lot darker. But I don't want it too dark. I don't want it this dark. Right? That makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Right, I'll set that down. Bring this guy in. Just go over this. I think I had a smaller tortillon right here. Get in here, do these small circular motions. Sometimes I'm impatient though. Right. Sit back and look to see. We want a contrast here, right, and whatnot. So I want this probably to be as dark as I want it, so that this gets pushed out. And whatnot. But I don't want to have to bring the eraser back in, because if I do, then oh shoot, I hit. Well, it hit somewhere. It didn't. It's nowhere noticeable. Hopefully, I don't have to sharpen my pencil, because I don't want to do that right now. Right. I don't think. Well, like this isn't supposed to be real white. All of this would be casting a shadow on this and whatnot. And so forth. But I'm also not using reference, right? And whatnot. Not that I don't use reference, I just chose to like jump into this, right? And create something. Try to have some detail right here. But none of this has to be perfect. I don't want this to be. Maybe some detail here and then just soften it out. Or not soften it out, but use a tortillon. Because if we use the brush to soften it out, it will be too soft. all the charcoal sort of just gets moved around with the brush. So it's like a subtle thing. But I'm liking that so far. Not bad. Yeah, I think what I should have done was outlined all this stuff and then come in here. Right. But sometimes, you just have to add stuff. You just have to have fun and you just have to learn. Right. And so I just have to remember these spaces with nothing are going to be the darkest parts. This is going to be interesting because I plan to come in with mineral spirits and spray this with mineral spirits. I just don't plan to do it anytime soon. Right. And I don't know how it's going to work because these parts where I've come in with pencil won't be that affected by it. And so forth. It's more like a charcoal powder. Vine charcoal. Fucking. Well, there goes that. Man, I can't get to break. We're broke. Yeah. That doesn't matter. Bunch of charcoal. So every time I'm just gonna have to come in here and reline this, which I don't really mind. I'm gonna build a line up here though, just so I don't forget it. Right, all I'm trying to do is push some of this stuff forward so that we see some stuff, but and so that we have little tiny ends. That was a whoopsie-daisy moment. Or was it? It's always interesting, the marks that charcoal places on your stuff. Not bad.